Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. It's going to be kind of a low-key evening of building cable harnesses tonight. I'm finishing up my 3 orders in the queue right now for Atari 5200 controllers. I got 2 overlay compatibles and 1 classic. I'm getting those harnesses done so I can finish up this little guy. So I printed out black versions of the same of the Intellivision controller. So that'll be for the Intellivision 1, and the beige one will be for the Intellivision 2. I'm going to be doing a cut, same exact. I use the same enclosure, different color. For these Intellivision controllers for the 1, and black ones for the 1, and it's going to have that DuPont style connector on it. And then the 2 Sears Video Arcade will be the regular DB9 that we all know and love. So you won't have to use an adapter, you can just plug it right in. So when you order, I'm going to be probably sending out the mailer to the people who signed up with any luck Sunday, which is 2 days from now. Today's Friday night, the 7th of March. So probably my wife's birthday is Sunday, so I don't know if I'll be sending it out Sunday or not. All depends how much I get done tonight. I have to bake a cake, decorate a cake, and wrap all their presents and all that fun stuff. So we'll see how that goes. She is celebrating a no evidence of disease birthday, which is good. Hope the first of many more. Sometimes I really wish these connectors came with the sticky on them. I know some brands do, but these don't. So I'm just going to cut a bunch of them right now. This is a nice cheap IKEA cutting board, which has actually worked out really well for this adhesive, because it cuts real nice and it doesn't stick much to the cutting board itself. So even this I still got a little sticking going on there. There we go. This doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to hold on long enough. So I'm just building up all 3 of the cable harnesses ahead of time. You probably can't quite hear in the background, but this cutting an enclosure right now. I got 2 cut already of the overlays, and this is just the classic version getting cut right now. And these are going out. So very exciting. The key to going faster is not changing tools. So you just keep doing the same thing without changing your tool. Again, I just stick those on there. And you see how I'm not changing the operation I'm doing. I'm doing the same operation 3 times, same direction, so you're not swapping tools in out of your hands. And then pin 1 is on the right. So with any luck, my son's going to do an intern position at my day job. We're just so backlogged on building up all these prototype units and cable harnesses and all that fun stuff. So kind of a necessary thing. We have a lot of new projects coming around down the pike right now. Second generation versions of stuff. So that's fun. So he gets to learn how to build cables and solder, all that jazz. Extra crunch there. The only difference between the overlay compatible and the classic controllers, the only difference is the keypad itself is slightly different wiring, so I have to be mindful of that. There we go. So we use the tool, done with the tool, move on from the tool. Let's see. The paper is easier on the eyes. Alright. Red. Oh. Orange. Yellow. Green. Blue. Violet. Again, I'll do the same operation. Again, like I said, this is not going to be the most exciting video on earth, but you can see what goes into building cables. The actual, this is how the sausage is made. The unglamorous world of stripping IDC cables and terminating them. So what I'm going to do first is the joystick itself. So that's orange, green, orange, violet, green. Yep. Go with this length. Let's trim a little off. Don't need all that length to it. Big scrap bin down there of green, orange, violet. Nice scrap bin of all the little wire bits. Glad I'm not colorblind. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so any television controller, I think I'll be sending out the mailing in a couple days. And it'll be first person who requests it will get the first crack at it, and then second and third and fourth and fifth, and then after that it'll be however the orders come in. I'll have the price in the email as well, so that'll be fun. If these initial ones sell quickly, I'll have to order up parts. I don't keep, because it's it does share parts with the 5200, the Andy controller, because it's the same digital joystick. So I do keep some on hand for that. So. But if things take off, I'll have to order a nice big batch of joysticks. And some buttons. I'll chew through the buttons because you have 6 buttons, the arcade buttons. So that'll be fun. I got a fair amount of DB9s though, so that I should be able to go a while. If this really takes off on the television, I'll get some custom printed PC boards just to make it quicker to assemble. Getting really tempted to do it on the 5200, but it's not going to save that many crimps, unfortunately. So these are all male, so I need female. Shorten this up so I don't have this all dangling off here in space. And then the handy dandy crimping tool. Eyes aren't what they used to be for all this close work. A lot easier with magnification. There's a problem I run into if I don't. I get too deep on the insulation and you end up grabbing just an insulation, not on the, you're not crimping the wire itself. This way, when all these are built up as sub-assemblies, I'll be able to knock out all 3 of the 5200 controllers tomorrow, and then I can work on the, depending on how the day goes, wiring up the Intellivision. Yay! I need to find a game in my collection. If you know one, leave in the comments of that really needs the 16-way control. I don't have a huge collection of games, but I don't know, maybe 10, 12 games. I can't remember what I have right now. I'm not sure what exactly would need the 16-way. Might look that up online later and see. Okay. One of them. And again, you can see, since I'm not switching tools, it makes the assembly relatively quick. Technically, my controllers, if I did it right, and if there was more than one of me, it'd take about 50 minutes to make a controller, because that's the slowest operation. If you subscribe to the constraint theory of manufacturing, which I do. Yeah, see, bad crimp. good electrical connection starts with a good mechanical connection, as I was taught many moons ago. Get all fraying out today. Alright, fine. I'll tin you up real quick. Sometimes I get better results when I twist and tin them first. This gives me less chance for these little suckers to fray. And over the course of the week, I was really happy doing some electromagnetic compatibility testing, EMC, and took a little work, but everything passed just fine. A bunch of pre-compliance testing. And it's all kosher. See, SpaceX blew up another Starship. I understand the move fast and break things philosophy, but boy, it's got to be getting expensive. You think you do some more ground tests before you try over and over again. It looks like the 3 maneuvering thrusters in the Starship failed again at almost the same point as last time, so it makes you wonder, they must not have had a good lesson learned last time they went up. Thing still hasn't made an orbit of the Earth, which is, for 8 flights in, that seems a little wasteful. I mean, this isn't the 1950s anymore, okay? We've learned a bit since then. With all the simulation software, I'm just really surprised that I've run into so many issues. Is why waste all that hardware when you can just run a few million simulations, figure out where your weak points are, or do some halt testing first, which is highly accelerated life testing. And halt can really, quite literally, shake out what's wrong with your design. So, well, that was interesting. So this one's done, this one's done, this one's not. Yeah, but the advantage of halt is you do is you run at higher and higher vibration levels while simultaneously rapidly changing the temperature. And you you find what breaks. The whole point is to make it break. And first thing fails, you fix that. Then you start it where you left off, and you break it again. So hopefully a different part fails next time. So you get to figure out next week. You just keep going till you figure out all your weak points, and you improve all those, so you don't have to go through and blow up millions of dollars every time. But what do I know? I've only been doing this for 27 years. You think those actual rocket scientists would know a thing or two, but that's just an assumption. I'm just test engineer. Sorry, test engineer and architect. Kind of a neat title. a little sus, as the kids would say. You occasionally run across defective parts. These things come on strips. They're not always perfect. Or I made a mistake and I'm blaming my tools. Alright, good. And these are the little two-pot connectors. There's always a little arrow. There, you can just see the light there by my thumb. That's your 1 pin. They lock into place. There it is. You can actually hear it click. These little tiny features on here that click into place. Strips a little long, doesn't matter, just bend it back. And still have a good crimp, I just stripped it back too far. Orange first. Man, I just figured out why Gene Hackman died. His wife died of hantavirus, I think it's called. It's like from rodents, if I remember correctly. And he had apparently very advanced Alzheimer's. So he's probably just wandering the house until he died of congestive heart failure. Congestive heart failure is no joke, man. It is a very common cause of death among the elderly. Yeah, my father, that was one of the proximal cause of death. It was congestive heart failure. Diabetes, of course, was the origin of it, but then congestive heart failure, basically your lungs, well, your heart can no longer provide enough pumping force to get oxygen all through your body, and you get like fluid buildup in your limbs and lungs and all sorts of stuff. And it gets to the point where you just don't get enough, body doesn't get enough oxygen to your organs to keep operating. Yeah. And there's really no cure for it either. I mean, they could treat it, but it's not really like, barring a heart transplant. There's no real cure for it. Even then, I don't know if congestive heart failure constitutes something that you're eligible for a transplant. Because usually at that point you have myriad other health issues. long of a strip on some of these. Sometimes you gotta get a little extra love. I gotta strip them less next time. I can see it. Interferes with the little locking tab a little bit. There we go. Alright. How long have I been doing this now? 25 minutes. Well, I think that's going to be it for tonight. At least for video-wise, maybe I'll do a little more of this, but my throat's starting to get sore just talking. So again, yeah, if you want to be added to the Intellivision True 16 controller, that's retro at cyberfreak.com with a PH for the freak. And then should be a couple more days and I'll have the prototype tested out, and it's good to go. I'll put the price up, put a page up. Well, I'll probably make the page private for the initial group who've signed up, because some people have been waiting a while, and make sure they get the first crack at it, and then I'll open it up to everyone after that. So if stuff sells fast, it is going to be on back order until I get more parts in. So, c'est la vie. But yeah, everyone, thank you for watching, and it's Friday night. I'm tired. It's been a long week, so I'm heading to bed. Thanks for watching, everyone.